me bring myself over a little bit. I'm a little off centre, like so. A little more. How is it going, each and every one? 'Tis none other than Tyga Thor, and we are once again on another road of college football. We are in the home stretch, as it were. And I kind of wanted to go back here because I didn't want to watch any more of the Hornets getting pantsed by the Spurs. Last I checked, they were on like an 18-0 run. It was not great. What also was not great last week was Cal did not. They may know how to party, but what they did not know was how to stop Hampton's offense. As last game we saw, period, of this league was the Hampton Wolves, who I scrolled past, put the whooping upon them 49-13. After the loss a few weeks ago to Duke, which is well documented and very much still hilarious to those who haven't seen it. Back-to-back games, they are over 100 points. And only having allowed 23. And they got number 1 Clemson this evening, undefeated. That should be a fun one to witness, and I will be providing co-commentary on that one. But this video is not about the Hampton Wolves. Nor do I even have my good buddy Linwood TV here with me. Unfortunately. Where are you? Last week, after a 2-game skid for the Men-at-Arms, losing to Arizona and Louisville, they came back in a big way, winning 21-10 against Virginia Tech. A game I did not expect the team to do as well as they did, and that seemed like a true team. This week, looking to continue that momentum before they have their own big test the week after. This week, it is us and the Ball State Cardinals. Who are 5-3 in their own right. Big loss against Purdue, beat Auburn, who themselves are 1-8. Criminy. Lost to the FCS East, which those of you who have been keeping up with what I've been saying know that as the Washington Generals of this league. Won against Central Michigan, who hasn't won a game. Lost to Ohio, not that Ohio. Just barely, though. Beat Western Michigan, who are having a decent year. Good upset there in the Mid-Atlantic. You know. Put the whooping on NIU. And beat Buffalo. They're on back-to-back wins with some pretty big points. And after us, they take on Eastern, Toledo, and the other Miami University. Not that one. I know the college football is very confusing with its naming tendencies, but bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been on a crazy run of content over these past few weeks, few months. Pretty much since the start of the year, we've been streaming pretty much nigh regularly. We had the wrap-up of the NFL season with the Black Knights. I thought I was done with football. I got talked into College Football 26. Pick it up. Don't think I'm going to make a series on it. Then Linwood decides he wants to start a league. And I'm like, well, shoot, I'll put the team creator to the test. And here we are. Not to mention the wheel of content has been delivering with back-to-back bangers. The Zombie Apocalypse game to start, and last time, just a few days ago, we did Star Wars Outlaws, a game that I really enjoy and am kind of in the content creator's conundrum where I want to play the game, but if something cool happens, I don't want to have to clip it and post it, you know? But I don't want to feel like I'm handcuffed to the game if I need to be, you know? Just saying. Like, if I start playing something live, going and then playing it offline is kind of like a, yeah, you know? I mean, with some games it doesn't matter who gives a rat's backside. But to others, I'm just like, you know, we could do better. They've seen enough, as it were. That was the zombie thing that we beat, and I then platinumed. And then the Patrick Star game, I went back and did a bunch of stuff there. But I don't feel like I need to re-tackle that. It's more of a, hey, what's this? And now the nieces and nephews would probably get a kick out of it. We'll see. Alrighty. While I wait for some more delightful folks to join us, this should be good. Now, last week, Jamie Lang had a bit of an injury, but it does not seem to have affected him for today's game. You see, some of the overalls are still climbing. Confidence is at a high. We're going to see here. The problem is we got a lot of players on deal breakers, which means there's a very good chance they don't like something about the program. Either it's not the right play style, or they're not getting enough time, or they don't like where the team is at, and they very well could up and leave. So I'm not gonna stick concretely to a roster until I know, like, through an off season, or what's gonna happen, you know? Even Mahler is on a deal breaker. He wants to be on a contender. And, well... well... we shall have to see. This is going to be a time. Right now, conference-wise, I feel like we've lost a couple of critical games that would have put us in title contention as far as the ACC goes. We are currently positioned in the upper mid of the conference with a 5-3. We lost to Arizona. We've beaten Pitt. We got a game against Miami. Beaten Virginia Tech, beaten Illinois, have a better conference record than Louisville, and plus we haven't played our game this week yet. So we I feel like year one are currently playing for a bowl game first. Playing for a bowl game first and playoff contention second. That's what I'm looking for, because I don't know who all's gonna be here next season. And the recruiting class is not stellar. But either way, I feel like I've stalled us long enough. Let's take a visit down to Ball State. At the risk of sounding like some sort of testicular doctor. Ooh, black. That's not bad. Black and red? Also not terrible. They got their scheme. Who could hate it? Let's give them the red pants. Meanwhile, I like how my away pants and my all brown pants are ever so slightly different. Let us white ourselves out for this game to truly rake in the difference. There we go. Let's get ready for some men-in-arms football. Oh, this should be good. It's been a tumultuous season for the men-at-arms. Here we go. The fanfare of a game like this. Identical records between these two teams, both with different stories coming in. "45 degrees here in Muncie, Indiana. A little late, but the men-at-arms will be receiving the ball to start the game. Campbell elects not to return it from the end zone. This drive will start on the 25, and Garrett Mahler has seen his production skyrocket in recent weeks. I don't feel like we should see any different here today. Though this game may look a certain way on paper, doesn't necessarily mean that paper is all that matters here. 1st and 10, Jamie Lang. Handoff to Mahler, who goes right up the middle for the first down and some change. 18 yards on his first carry, and that's bad news Bears. No, Cardinals. For Ball State. Set up again here. 1st and 10. Lang gonna take the handoff. Gonna give it to Mahler, who this time gets stood up. Gain of a single. Just gave it right to him, and nothing much to show for it. It's going to set us up to a 2nd down and 9 for the men-at-arms. Lang, once again, from the shotgun. Give to Mahler. Going to once again try to put his head down, but only give him a yard on that run. Going to be a 3rd down and 8 for this team. Obvious passing down for most. But is that the case here with United Matthews? Lang. Gonna take the snap. Gonna drop back. Gonna look. Gonna have DeMontre Smith, and he goes down inside the opposing 40. Just a simple on-time delivery through the slant route. Good patience. Good ball. Good gain. Good run through for them. And now, 1st down in opposing territory. Mahler in motion. Gonna hand to him. A little bit of confusion on the option there as that's sent backwards. Pearson was the man to put the stop in that one. It was a great play in theory, but in practice, well, this is why you practice. 2nd and 15. Goes outside, had him open, but overthrows him. Oh, he's going to want that one back. You want to talk about a layup of a pass play. Just a duck right over the head of the intended receiver. And now another 3rd and undesirable. 3rd and 15 for the men-at-arms. Lang. Gonna take it. Gonna deliver it. That's Garrett Mahler with the reception and the 1st down. Just a quick little up and out to him. And just like that, they went from, oh my goodness, to, ooh my goodness. It's all about tone, folks. First and 10 for the men-at-arms. What are they thinking here? It's a give to Mahler, and he has nobody near him. Into the end zone for the men-at-arms touchdown on the opening drive. What phenomenal blocking up front by this team. Last game, 12 attempts, 63 yards, and a score. He's already matched the score here, and we're not even out of the 1st quarter yet. Tucker's extra point is good. 8 plays, 75 yards, ending in pay dirt for Garrett Mahler. Now they get set to boot it back to the home squad. They're going to field this from the goal line. And he gets blasted at the 10. Whew. Kyle Kelly, 333 yards and 2 touchdown passes last week. And, man, look at that hit. Well, it makes he's able to not just hold on to the ball, but hold on to his soul. That'll make your soul pop out of your body like a Crash Bandicoot death. First down, it's a carry for their running back. He's got 7 through the middle. Good run for him. Ball State averaging 382 yards a game. And that's a good start to that there. On second, they fake to him. And now the quarterback going to make a run for it. That's Kelly, who slides and just barely avoids disaster. Quay Ashley is their star halfback, number 9 at the bottom right of your screen. Looking to do something there. RPO to the tight end is caught. And Cooper Colt, one of the Matthews defensive linemen, is clutching at his chest. Second and inches. The Cardinals running out of time, and down goes Kelly. Jay Sean Red came in like a missile and puts him on his rear end. You see here, gets right past the block. And he didn't even see him. Tries to make a break for it. That's his first sack of the season. I guess there's no better time for it. Third and 8 for the Cardinals. Drops back to Kelly once again. Looking, gets hit as he throws and has to take it out of bounds. Cooper Colt with some bruised ribs. And that was Will Wolf coming in and just about had another sack for this team. It's going to force Ball State to punt here from their own 32. It's a decent return. And Robinson with a little bit of room going to return it to his own 38. And so the Men-at-Arms have the football again, right before the end of the first quarter. It's a give to Curtis Cuffey, the fullback, and the fullback muscles off a man and keeps moving. I think he may have hurt one of the men who tried to bring him down. Eckholes Jr.
Hello and welcome.
Oh my God!
ARGH do too loud. Asterisk turns the volume down to 12, that's better. But anyway, welcome to College Football 26.
Am I screaming? Am I screaming? I don't have my audio in on my feed. I'm sorry if I scream sometimes. I get excited. It's like watching a child you raised do something well. Outside strike to DeMontre Smith. One man to beat and gets wrapped up at the 6-yard line. Just a quick little dump off on the RPO. And United Matthews give them just a little bit of space. They are taking a mile. Lang. First and goal, is going to take it himself. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Men-at-Arms. Six yards for pay dirt. For Jamie Lang, and the first quarter is officially in the dirt. 136 total yards in the first quarter. And Ball State had a single drive to their name. As they get ready to send it right back
fun,
out.
But anyway, today's matchup is the Matthews versus Ball State.
I know very little about the Mid-Atlantic Conference where Ball State plays, and even less about Ball State itself. So it's not like I have a lot of history to delve into, but I know one hilarious fun fact of sorts. And it'll be hilarious if you have like the mindset of a 10-year-old. That time Ashley gonna lose 3 yards on the carry. And now on second down, they go straight to the top of the rafters, a tight end screen. That's a call you don't see every day. Good completion for Kelly. Gonna make this a 3rd and 6. Chop the down and distance in half. Whoa! Was trying to move across the field on 3rd down, and what happened? The ball gets caught on the back of Caldwell's leg, it looks like. Had a man he was looking for, but the ball was delivered low. Oh, I am coming in kind of loud. Terribly sorry about that, folks. I can adjust my microphone level as I see fit. Well, there's 2 drives in the toilet for the Ball State Cardinals, and United Matthews already with a 2-touchdown lead. Looking to add to it. Outside handoff to Garrett Mauler and get 8 yards off the rip. They haven't been doing a lot here, folks, but what they've been doing has been working. You can't hate the philosophy. 2nd and 2, a fake carry to the outside. Lang gonna once again carry it himself and slide to avoid taking a big hit. In this offense, the quarterback can move too. And you see the United Matthews fans are stoked by that one. Even if you don't have the read you're looking for, you can still trust your guy can go out there and get a few yards. Just hoofing it. Hoofing it. Now on 1st and 10, I did a slight adjustment to my party balance, which should improve the audio, at least partially. Up the middle for Mauler, gets 3 yards. He's up to 40. Now, and we are very much still in the baby stages of this ball game. Second down and 7. That's a gift to Cuffey. Gonna give him 2. 3rd and 5 for the Men-at-Arms.
The Matthews are in the lead.
I hope we're not in the lead. You could get poisoned that way. 3rd and 5 for the Men-at-Arms. Not intent to just sit there and take it. Pause. As they get stuffed on the run there. Gonna make this a 4th and 4. Two-minute warning is upon us. Fourth and 4, they are going for it. It's a give outside to Brewster, and they give him just what he needs. And the chains will continue to move for the men-at-arms. A quick strike to the outside, and Brandon Brewster, sure-handed as can be, hauls it in. First to 10, another tough carry for Mahler. Only gets 2. If he doesn't get there by sheer yardage, he might just get there by volume. They have not been afraid to feed that man at all. Second and 8, 1:30 on the clock. Do not have to be in a rush here. Still have all their timeouts at their disposal. High strike, and a little too far for Brewster. I think that play just broke down, and he was just hunting for the end zone. You see the vision, but you do not see the desired result. Going to give it to Mahler on a screen. What a block from the lineman. And going to be put down inside the 5. Jamie Lang with 99 passing yards here. And still moving. Ball State taking one of their 3 timeouts. Give it back to Mahler. Brushes off some initial contact, but not quite in the end zone. Ball State with a singular timeout to their name. A 1:09 on the clock from the 2-yard line. Lang gives it to Cuffey, and Cuffey gonna move forward and make his way into the end zone. And already gonna have a potential 21-0 lead at the half. Just give it to the big man, stick it in his gut, and tell him, hey, go forward. Three rushes, 29 yards, and a score for the fullback, which this team loves to employ. Whew! Oh my goodness. What a shot delivered on that one. Yeesh. What a shot delivered on that one. My bad. Kind of audio testing myself here. Minute 5, minute 4. Quick screen to themselves. I guess they must have saw what worked. Ashley completes it, and the defender knocks himself into the brown tent, which I guess is our equivalent of the blue tent, and by no means is there a bathroom in there. That's the motion here, just past a minute on the clock. Outside delivery, caught for the first down. And they're going to keep on moving. First and 10, 50 seconds. Ball State with a singular timeout to their name. Their quarterback's going to cut their losses. And Kelly going to step out of bounds. Another carry for Kelly. Not much there, but it's going to make this a 3rd and 4. A little interesting. You don't want to give the other team a free possession going into the half, but at the same time, you don't want to embarrass yourself any further than you already have. Going deep down the side. This may be the home run they're looking for. Unfortunately, falls incomplete. Dunbar on the deflection, and that's exactly what you want if your Ball State is a single matchup down the field, but unfortunately, unable to come up with it. Robinson on the return, and UMass could very well add to their lead before the half here. And Ball State is going to be getting the ball to start the second half. You have all three of your timeouts at your disposal. And a strike up the middle to Xavier Campbell, kind of just like that. Just a nice shot down the field there. This team does not typically employ a ton of passing, but sometimes they'll surprise you. Smith gonna carry it up the field himself. Give him 9 on the reception. Second and 1, Lang. Mahler in motion. Easy strike up the field to Cuffey. And they're going to call a timeout with 6 seconds to go. Only sent 3 on a rush and a delayed route by the fullback. Six seconds. You've got enough time for a quick attempt at a shot in the end zone. Unfortunately, incomplete, but they did leave themselves a singular second for a Kevin Tucker field goal. That was really greed almost taking advantage of you. But they still managed to get 3 out of the last minute drive. And the Men-at-Arms up 24-0 at the end of the first half. This offense, much like they were last week against Tech, are moving just about at will. Ball State going to try to look for an answer at the start of the second half. Make another adjustment here. Maybe get some more game audio in our mix. I think what happened is I was in a party when I started this. And normally with a party, you get different audio balancing than if you just are playing a game normally and start a broadcast. Typically, I always start a party in case I've got any buddies with me. You know, but you do what you do. First and 10 for Ball State. We got motion to the outside. Looks deep down the field and almost had it. Red was the man to bobble it away. We have 4 receivers lined up, 3 to the left, for Ball State. We've got some motion here before the play even starts. Ball is incomplete, but I think one of the United Matthews defenders may have been a step over the line. That's Bijan Bell, who wasn't getting a lot of play time to begin with, and what little he had may very well plummet. 2nd and 5 now for the Cardinals. Kelly gonna drop back. Looks over to his right, has a man, and he eats an absolute hammer. But he does hold on to the ball, and that gives them a new set of downs at the 36. Whew, man. 1st and 10. Kelly looking, time running out, has to throw it away. Yeah, Matthews was coming. The last game, 26 of 50, 333 yards and 2 scores. Has not been able to replicate that here today. Not even close to that level of production. And this time, Kelly's going to be wrapped up red with his 3rd sack of the game. That is right, Kelly might be seeing red. It's past the tackle, and then just drags him down from behind before he can make a break for it. Didn't have a single sack all year, and had 1 tackle coming into this game. But boy howdy, what a turnaround. There's a carry for Ashley. Bounces off 1 tackle, maybe 2. We got a couple players injured here on the field. Looks like they're both for Ball State. Shoves off the initial tackle from Hogan. The lanes have not been plentiful for Quay Ashley as Ball State elects to punt. Down 24. I guess counting on the men-at-arms to make a mistake. Decent return from Crashton Robinson. You aren't going to find your mistake here. The men-at-arms get ready to take the field for the first time in the second half. To give to Garrett Mahler. Good running room down the side. Gonna get 8 of the yards he needs for the first. "11 attempts, 54 yards. 2nd and 2 for the men-at-arms now. Lang under center, looks to the left, gives to Curtis Cuffey. Cannot muster an inch on that one. That's going to make this 3rd and 2 for United Matthews. They see something they like here. Make an adjustment. 3rd and 2. And Cuffey gonna move forward just a foot. And they're gonna rule him down an inch shy. If I were them, they'd just have Jamie Lang come in and fall forward and get the first down. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to have him do. As another man goes down for Ball State. As my dog seems to have had an episode on the floor. Just rolling around down there. Just do what you do, Pupperoo. First, they go right back to Cuffy, who has a lot more success this time around. 9 yards on that walk. This team, as I've stated before in this offense, can hit you in a multitude of ways with a multitude of people. It's not always going to be the same one or two. It's a bookmark, and that was one-on-one, and Derek Quick was stood up before he could hit the marker. Whew, brother. That's the matchup you're looking for, too. Just didn't come to pass. 3rd and 1 for the men-at-arms. Behind center. Mauler with a tough 3-yard gain. Huge play there, and the men-at-arms are now moving down the field at relative will. Good play down the middle, and that one's complete. Sterling Singleton with a deep strike down the right side on the corner route. Just when you start getting used to the run game, they send a beauty down the right-hand side. Now as this 3rd quarter ticks away here, Lang gonna keep it himself. Only gonna get 2 yards forward. Yeesh. That was not a pretty one to behold. I'll tell you that much. Got some motion here. Some movement from the men-at-arms, and Cuffy not going to make it much further, and Garrett Mauler clutching his chest as the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Still up 24-0 here, folks. As we take a gander back into the top 25, the Hampton Wolves at 16, TWA in the mix as well. Third and 8 for the men-at-arms. Over the middle, was looking for Singleton. Was hit as he threw it. At 4th and 8, they're going to send Tucker out for the field goal. Good kick, good delivery, off the upright, no good. Man, these kickers. That's a stinger. Had a chance to add to the lead here for the men-at-arms, and instead, you're leaving with nada. Got some motion up front, and unfortunately it's bringing Kelly down. That's Cooper Colt back in the game after going down with an injury earlier. No, correction. Excuse me, that's Bracy Houston. Was quiet last game. Was not quiet there. Drug him down quite loudly, if I do say so myself. And Kelly, once again, going to be brought down. And by who else? Red again. It's like this man disrespected his clan or something. His family name. His 4th sack today. 4. Third and 22 now for Ball State. That pass is going to be hauled in by Eric Weatherly. He takes a he takes a body to the chest for his troubles. 4th and 11. Now awaiting this team. Can Ball State keep this drive going after getting a possession from the men-at-arms? They can! Weatherly again! Had 100 yards receiving last game. And right there was a good way to work towards it. Good carry there, play fake. Kelly going one-on-one deep down the field, and Weatherly brings it in single coverage over top of Hogan. And Ball State is on the board. What a laser beam from Kelly. It didn't look pretty going up, but a step ahead of Austin Hogan and into the end zone for the touchdown. There will be no goose egg laid here today. Not a one. Quick and easy slant delivered. And that's going to put this lead down to 16 as Ball State tries for the onside. High one. Caught by Campbell. And the men-at-arms are going to keep this going. So the men-at-arms take their way down the field and get denied the field goal. Mahler comes right back in after the injury scare and wanted a few more touches, it looks like. Just a few. 2nd and 7 for the men-at-arms to fake. Going deep down to the right side. Lang gonna sprint forward and take it out of bounds. Takes the play fake and just runs with it. Mahler back in the game here. Men-at-arms still in the flex bone. Give to Garrett. A few yards forward, and Ball State has to use one of their timeouts. Last thing they need is for the men-at-arms to score here. And further before that is them to put any points on the board. 2nd and 6. Outside. There's Mauler again. A little stunted in his steps, but still good for the first. Up to 77 yards on the ground. Drop back, it's a fake. Way too far to the outside for Mauler. Probably could have ran that one into the end zone if he wanted to, but took the throwing lane. Just sent it a little far. A little wide. 2nd and 10. Give to Cuffey. Good blocking in front of him. Gonna get 8 of the yards he needs. And Mason Waterfield, one of the men up front, goes down. That's gonna force an injury timeout, which is good for Ball State. Very good for Ball State. Does not get the snap off in time. And I guess that takes you from a 3rd and 2, and I'm definitely running it, to a 3rd and 7, and we maybe have a chance to sling one here. Outside delivery to Cuffey is no good. They were trying to get that one off before the play clock ran out. Time was not on their side. And now on 4th and 5, we've got some furniture moving here. As Lang looking, running, delivering, caught by Brewster for the touchdown. And that will pretty much put this to bed. It wasn't what they were intending, but it's the way it worked. Tucker puts it through 31-8. Ball State with one timeout. And a 23-point deficit to overcome. Almost intercepted! Caldwell was right there to take that one back, but just did not have his hands up. Second and 10, somehow brought in. And they are quickly moving down the field here, trying to give themselves some extra pride, I presume, for the 2-minute warning. Finally wraps up in a huge shot from Caldwell. Lynn Gatling with the touchdown lead with 32. As you see there on the right, we are not nearly near any of that, but still. Got over the top and into the end zone. And Ball State, that's going to send the fans home slightly happier. Ty Robinson, who's had some plays this game. Just walks right past the defense. Screen pass, and oh my God, he got taken off his feet. Only down 15 points now. Nobody's going for the ball. And Ball State able to retrieve it. Waited GD second. Ladies and gentlemen, they haven't said die on this football game yet. Oh, a vertical's down the field, but pressure ensured that that was not the way this was going to end. Just went for the tiny strike over the middle, and Caldwell just about got his hands on another one. Him. 3rd and 10, outside delivery to Ashley. That's going to move the chains. And now Ball State trying to rally a late comeback here. Do they have it in them? That time was going for Robinson. Hit from the back. Almost intercepted by the Men-at-Arms. They have not had an interception in several games. Second and 10, Ashley gonna take advantage of the screen game. This time, Kelly gonna be wrapped up again.
ARGH do too loud.
Oh God, now the chat is looping.
That's better.
That's
but
fun.
Anyway, welcome to College Football 26.
Speaking of fun,
lol, it's fine, but anyway, today's matchup is the Matthews
wrapped
versus
up
Ball
on
State.
third.
The Matthews are
On
in
second.
lead. Lol led.
And no dice there on 3rd down and goal as my audio decided to hijack what we were doing here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a 4th down and 24. They are giving them their space. Single coverage over the top. Nothing doing. Dunbar once again with a key deflection on the outside. Now, United Matthews could very well take a knee and end this, but they're not. Lang instead is going to opt to carry it himself, and Jamie Lang with a huge run up the left-hand side of the field. "41 yards on the ground, for the nimble quarterback. I guess they're trying to make this team pay for trying to mount some sort of a comeback here. Give to Derek Quick, and that's exactly what Derek Quick is going to do. Into the end zone for the Men-at-Arms. That was just petty, is what that was. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how rivalries start and blood feuds are birthed. As two option plays go for 70 yards and a score. Settle in here. Going for two. Quick delivery and almost brought in. Went off of one man, went to another. 37 to 16, 38 seconds, and you can feel all the life has been just sucked from this field. As what could have been the last drive of the game for Ball State is suddenly not. And they're answering back with some pettiness of their own. Throwing the ball down the field. Carries it forward in a dive to save yourself some space. Spikes the ball to stop the clock. I know how to words. They may be a little harder to understand. Third down and 4. That ball just about pulverized the cheerleader. And now on fourth down, just looking for a last-minute Hail Mary. Kelly gonna drop back, gonna deliver. Tipped and sent back at a huge rate of speed. And the Men-at-Arms are going to finally take the knee and end this ball game, which could have been over a good 2 minutes ago. But a commanding victory over Ball State, despite a surprise 16 points in the fourth. 184 yards, 2 passing touchdowns for Jamie Lang, including this one. Also ran one in himself. Let's take a gander at our statistics, folks. For that one. Men-at-Arms with 412 yards of offense, 21 first downs, average 8 yards a play, 228 yards on the ground. 11 of 16 through the air, 184 yards. 4 of 8 on third, but a perfect 3 for 3 on fourth. No turnovers from this team. 2 penalties, which very well could have been avoided. And commanded time of possession. Kyle Kelly, 14, 27, 299, and 2 touchdowns there in the fourth quarter. Also, he was the main reason the team only had 2 total rushing yards. Was getting sacked ad nauseum. We will get there. Ashley, 3 attempts for 13. Receiving, Weatherly, 4 grabs, 101, and an improbable touchdown grab. Robinson also had 4 for 83 and a score. Ashley, 3 for 43. Let's take a gander at the men-at-arms. Oh my god. We'll get to there. There we go. 11 of 16, 184, and a touchdown pass. A single touchdown pass for Lang. So it was 1-1. Mahler, 15 attempts, 77 and a score. Cuffey, 847 and a score. Lang, 773 and a score, including that huge 41-yard scamper. And Derek Quick with a 31-yarder to the house. Whew. Receiving, not terribly much to speak of. Smith, 355. Mahler, 246. Brewster had the touchdown grab. Cuffey had 2 for 33. Singleton pulled down a beauty for 20. And Campbell had 1 for 28. 15 pancakes for McClellan, opening tons of holes for the run game. Defensively, Jay Sean Red, 5 total tackles, 4 sacks. Sacks also attributed to Case Alonzo, Jordan Martin, and Bracey Houston. No interceptions, but a couple of clutch deflections from Dunbar and 2 from Caldwell. Huge day today. The offense was moving. Could have missed an extra 3 points they could have had on the board. And the defense and the last quarter bent a bit, but for the most part held Ball State in check throughout most of the meaningful parts of this contest. It's our scoring summary of the day. Good showing for the men-at-arms. Went from back-to-back losses to now on back-to-back wins. Jamie Lang was the player of the game. And now, let us advance the timeline so we can see how this affects things next week. Ball State's going to drop to 5-4. Nuts. Looks like we still don't have a lot of people in our neck of the hoods. Our contender status went up. That's good for some. Next week, this team faces a tremendous challenge. Miami Hurricanes, who are looking to do to us what we just did to Ball State. Lang's going to have to be at the top of his prospective game. We take a look at the ACC standings following last week. Virginia Tech has plummeted, as has Cal. We hold the tiebreaker over Illinois. Louisville is ahead of us. Arizona's ahead of us. Miami is right there in 7th at 7-2. So, man. United Matthews, though, with 6 wins, are bowl eligible. So even if the college football playoffs aren't in the cards for this team, we will still get to play a bowl game. But as I said, later tonight, Linwood TV takes on number 1 Clemson. And that game is going to be a delight. Both for you guys to watch and me to probably co-commentate later in the evening. It's going to be a late night game, I am certain. We'll have a lot of good things to talk about. Yeah, forced fumble will do it. So some tough opponents ahead, but a good 2-game turnaround for the Men-at-Arms. Will this trend continue? And will anyone ever commit to this frickin' college? Because we just lost out on Reuben to Kentucky. And Hepburn, we lost out on going to Boston College, who put the whooping on us. We didn't even make it to top 3 with hops. And it looks like we may be losing a couple other prospective prospects here as well. Oh, brother. There's Lyles gone. Mike doesn't agree with the playing. A group doesn't agree with the playing style. Oh, I've got things to do, it looks like. Frick, man. Another good prospect lost out to a rival college. Pfft. Colleging is hard. Not a single commitment. TWA's had 8 commits. This is horseradish. I want to see where certain other groups of teams are. Hampton has 3 commits. Everybody in my admissions office needs to be fired. It is Kansas, it is Louisville, and it is us. Not a single person has come to this college. And I don't know if I gotta start casting a wider net or start taking in some lessers. But we shall see. Ladies and gents, it's been fun. I may or may not be on a little later today, not just doing Linwood stuff, but just goofing around. Maybe some more Star Wars Outlaws. It was pretty fun. We'll see. Either way, guys, as always, it's great to have each and every one of you with us. My name is Tygathor. And each and every one of you, have a great one.